Hello and welcome to Fortress, Alaska. I'm your host Dave, and today we're going to be talking chickens. Well, we're going to be talking chicks because that's how they start off as, unless you start by buying hens. But anyways, if you want to raise chicks and be able to put them out as soon as spring hits, you should have them by now. The easiest way to raise chicks is to have a hen, and if you have a brooding hen, then you just stick the baby chicks right underneath her during the night, and then she'll take care of them, and you don't have to do anything. But this time of year, it's still winter here, even though it's March 30th. It's really not suitable for chicks to be outside, even with a hen. So anyways, I'm raising them in the garage, so come June, they can move outside, maybe even May. So as you can see, I'm moving around. So let me show you the setup for raising chicks. This is what I found that works the best over about 15 years of doing this. First of all, I just put everything up on a table, because why bend over and work on the ground? So what I have here is this little puppy pen, and you can get these on Amazon, you can get them other places, but basically it's just a little puppy pen or a little animal pen. It's fabric, so it folds up real flat and easy and disappears for most of the year, and then comes out when I need it. And it's easy to open and close. So let me show you. We just open the door here. As you can see, it's meant for something bigger than a chick, so you can just open that and get that out of the way. So, of course, they'll need water, and of course, no matter how much I clean it, they seem to put more wood shavings in there. And their food, same thing. No matter how many times I clean it up, they just fill it back with wood shavings. But there's food in there for them, and they know how to get to it. The really nice thing is this is actually a heater, and it's low, so they can huddle underneath that. It's far better than using a heat lamp, because there's no light, so during the night, it's actually dark. So that works far better. And that thing is really limited. It really limits how many chicks you can have. You can have more than one if you have a lot of chicks. And it raises up and down. So we got a brave one out here. So you can see how the chicks, they're used to people. And obviously you put wood shavings down on the bottom. And you do use wood shavings, don't ever use straw. There are molds and things that grow in straw that do not grow into wood shavings. So those do affect birds, so it's better to use wood shavings. And here they're being brave again. So the nice thing about them getting used to you is then when they're hens and they're full grown, they don't run away from you all the time when you need to look at them or check them or do something. And you get them used to, you spend time with them. And these are actually just about 2 weeks old right now. They're getting their wing feathers in. Not like they fly, but they are getting their wing feathers, and they're getting a little bit bolder and more adventurous. So like I said, the basic setup here, you have water, and I always go with glass and metal because it's easy to clean. You have the heater, and then the food tray, and of course you're going to need food. I keep the food right outside, and you do have to get feed meant for chicks. It's just smashed up smaller so that they can easier digest it and eat it. It also helps if you have chick grit, which is just tiny little rocks for them, because they need to have rocks that they take in too. That helps them digest their food, because in their gizzard it helps smash up the food. If you're familiar with birds, you know what I'm talking about. So that's the basic setup so far. Now also, the nice thing about this little pen is, like I said, I can close the door. But then if we come around to this side, the entire lid comes off, so if you need to work on it, clean it, do whatever, or panic all the chicks, you can take the roof off, and you can work like this and get in there and do whatever you need to do. So that makes this nice. And then also, I have actually a larger one of these, so once it does get warmer outside, I can just put them outside in the taller one. They can't jump out of it. And they can run around a bit outside and start getting used to outside. You might say I'm going to climatize them. So, anyways. Now, along with that, they do need light. They're in my garage, so my car is outside. Anyway, so all I have for a light is I have this old lamp. Oh, there you go, lamp. And I have it on a timer. And then the timer's plugged into the wall. So they get 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of darkness. Depending on what the sun's doing, there's also light from a window, but basically the lamp comes on and goes off on its own. Doesn't provide them any heat or anything else, it just gives them light so they have a sense of day and night. So that's the basic setup for raising chicks, and this is what I have found to work the best over about 15 years of doing this. I've tried lots of different things, but this has made it a lot easier. And as I said, the whole key is to get it up off the ground. Another reason to have it up off the ground is there are rodents, shrews especially, will chew through anything, and they'll get in there after the chicks. Believe it, they are that aggressive. Up on a table like this, they can't get up here to do anything with the chicks. So they're safer up here too. And it just makes it easier because I don't have to bend over. So there you go. That's basic setup for chicks. And then, of course, you have to have pen and stuff outside for them. And the thing to remember, especially here in Alaska, have a lot of aerial predators between the owls, the eagles, and the hawks. They can devastate a flock. So it's best to have a covered area for them or foliage they can hide in. Because they will hide underneath the bushes and make it so that the hawks and owls don't get them. So anyways, once again, this is just a brief look at what you need to have a basic setup for raising chicks. And this doesn't really matter if you're in Alaska or anywhere. If you want to raise them, I would suggest starting them inside. It just makes it easier because no matter where you are, you can get rain and windstorms, and chicks won't survive that. Not without, even with a hen, it's tough on them. So it's best to raise them inside and then move them outside once they get older and bigger and stronger. And it's really not much to do because really all you have to do is make sure they have food and water and that the heat is working and the lamp is working. You check it a couple times a day and you're just fine and they're just fine. And come about mid-May, these guys will be moving outside into the chicken coop with the hens. And I have a separate area for them so they can be outside and not have to deal with the big hens until they're much bigger. But that's still weeks away. So once again, this is your host Dave. This is Fortress Alaska. And as always, have a good day and get out shooting.